So now on to that inexact science we call meteorology. Okay, so certainly you've probably felt the winds today, and the winds we're going to keep, but those winds will be moderating. You might even call them warmer winds by later in the weekend. Still looks like we're going to have a soaker on Sunday, and yes, it could be stormy for some of us, but beneficial. How so? We'll take a look. This is the Drought Monitor Index. Steve Fundaro put this together for us during the afternoon. And although from Duval south, we're fine as far as rainfall, notice for you folks over southeastern Georgia and out toward the Suwannee, we do need some rain. And there's a major drought going on out around the Florida Panhandle and southwest Georgia. And that's exactly where some of the heaviest rains will be. Beneficial? Well, maybe the timing, not so much if you have outdoor plans on Sunday. We'll get to that in a moment. Maybe your plans are this evening. So let's take a look. Here is a live look. Of course, the days and the evenings are getting a little bit longer now with the sun setting almost a minute later per day now. 53 degrees, so certainly cooler than yesterday. Winds out of the northeast at 12, gustier out around the beaches. Dew point still down there. That means dry air, and that means inland areas will be chilly. The barometer, for those of you that are barometer watchers, wow, 30.48. That is high pressure. That means Canadian high pressure, so no surprise as far as precipitation or the lack thereof. Typically with pressure that high, it's pretty tough for precipitation to form. But if you watch closely here, you'll see it very quickly. You see it? Shower went from the northwest to the southeast. That's because the flow at about 5,000 feet up is from the northwest. That's why that high pressure system came from Canada, the northwest. But on the surface, we've had winds out of the north and the northeast. These are sustained winds. Gusts are still at 25 to 30 miles per hour, especially on the bridges and out around the beaches. And thus, that's why although we had a high today of about 60, certainly we felt the chill. We'll continue breezy overnight, even call it gusty out around the beaches. Officially going to look for a low of 41 degrees, so seasonably cold to chilly. You pick out the word. Far western Duval down to 39 degrees, whereas with the breeze off the water, notice how much milder it will be on the river and the beaches. Lows of only about 50 degrees. Elsewhere around the southeast of northeast Florida and southeastern Georgia, that is, St. Augustine only going to go down to 49 degrees, whereas off to the southwest and west of Duval, upper 30s, and up toward Waycross, all the way down to 36 degrees. Do want to note in the weekly report from the captains that we're seeing yet another impact of Hurricane Irma. Remember all that fresh water that was sent into the estuaries? Well, that has depleted tremendously the saltwater grasses, and that may end up hurting the development of new life, from crabs to the things that crabs eat to the bigger fish as well as we head towards spring. More on that in a bit. There on our 7-day outlook shows you the soaker on Sunday and then another seasonably strong cold front come Monday.